What's up guys, Kenny from Bob's Strength and welcome to episode 4 of Making Mark. So today we're back at PB Physio and we're going to do some content with the powerlifting physio, Pay. So Pay is something really special. You know, she's been a physio for a couple of years now, and you know, you'll probably see her all around all the comps. You know, she just gives value, just goes there, gives you massages for free. And you know, she's big in the community, and let's go check her out. Let's go. Alright, come through guys. So today we're here with Pay, the head physio and the big boss of PB Physio, and we're going to do a little walkthrough. Pay, show us around your clinic.
Alright, so this is PB Physio. As you can see, it's quite strength focused. So we've got an Eleiko rack over there, which is a powerlifting competition rack, some weight plates. Ollie lifting platform by Hardcore, they gave that to us. And then the bits are all here, and then all the rehab stuff starts here. So we have a mixture of passive treatment, but then we focus quite a lot on active treatment. So that just helps them get better, like it gets them stronger rather than constantly putting them on the bed. This is short term and this is basically more long term stuff, so getting them good so it doesn't come back again and they don't have the same issue and it improves their performance in their sport. Just like the merch, the payment stuff. We've got a blackboard here where we write potentially goals and just like challenges, weekly challenges.
Pretty cool. There's
a room in here that's women's health, but Julia's using that right now. And then just kitchen, bathroom. Eventually we have a garage at the back. It's a 2-door garage. Eventually all the strength equipment will go to the back.
Oh, you're going to do a garage?
I'm going to make a gym. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's big spend.
So I first met Pay at Adonis Athletics. She was doing powerlifting. I was pretty impressed by her bench. She had quite a big bench for her such a small frame. And then I realized, she told me that she was a physio, and then came to see her a few times, and she was awesome with her treatment. And she also came to my competition, which was what physios don't normally do. But Pay, please introduce yourself to our viewers.
So my name is Pay. I'm known as the Powerlifting Physio on Instagram. That's pretty much how I started everything. I did powerlifting. I actually was heading up to a comp and I hurt my back, but I was a bit stubborn, so I decided
as we all are.
I decided I couldn't lift 20 kilos, but I decided to compete to make nationals. So you needed a minimum total to make nationals, and I did it with a lot of painkillers, which is not advisable. But then I couldn't get back to training, and so what happened was I couldn't get back to training. I kept seeing different physios, the physios that like my bosses and staff, they kept telling me to stop. A lot of people just kept forcing me to stop training, and I didn't like that, and I couldn't find someone that could help me. But as I went and researched and started seeing more physios, I just picked out the best things from them and what they taught me, and then just kept going to find a way back. Basically it was stubbornness. It was stubbornness that led me to the path I got on.
And that's kind of like all athletes, we once we get injured, we're always trying to find a way to keep training, maybe train around it, but we don't want to stop completely. When someone tells you to stop completely, the other side kicks in, you're like, nah, I'm going to find a way. And there's people out there that, that do get seriously injured, like Bruce Lee with his broken back, whatever, when he got kicked, he just always, his mindset, has got him to, get back into fighting form. So that was pretty much what I found in terms of what it was lacking in the health industry, that a lot of physios and a lot of doctors are just trying to stop athletes from going back to a sport or lifting because it's dangerous. And so that was that niche that I found. I was like, okay, we need to fill that gap in the market, basically. What's the philosophy behind PB Physio?
Alright, I'm going to explain to you what the logo means. So PB means personal best. This is a circle here, and the circle isn't complete, so there's 2 little holes there, and they're also not even. And the reason why the circle is not even is because it's kind of a explanation to life or to training, right? To get a PB, it's not gonna be always easy, or it's not always gonna be perfect, so there's always gonna be imperfections. So there's imperfections to get something that is perfect, something that you want. And you have to just go through that road in order to get there. So basically that's why there is 2 imperfect holes in the circle.
Didn't know that. Well, it's good to know now. Every time I see the PB Physio, you know, that getting gains or getting a PB is not always a linear progression. You know, you're gonna go up and then you're gonna go down, maybe get injured. You know, get some treatment, get a new program, come up, because that's like a trough. Yeah.
Yeah. So like life, basically, like any sort of progression, it doesn't go like that. It never goes like that. You just see the good things on Instagram. You never see the
I only post my PBs. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. So back then when physios first started, it was all passive treatments, all these machines and stuff, right? But we've evolved slowly, and if you look into like American rehabs, they're way ahead of this. Some parts of them, anyway, and because they put a lot of money into their sport and their athletes, right?
Yeah.
But in terms of in Australia, not too much. In Australia, in terms of health professionals, sometimes there are a lot. Like I've met a lot of professional athletes that have been told to stop, and the thing is, what is missing, I feel what's missing is that we give a lot of passive treatment and that makes you feel good, obviously, but for the first few days, and then what happens here to lead you to performance? Nothing. And then you go back to the same cycle, right? And then obviously as you keep going back to the same cycle, you get more and more depressed, more and more down. You're more likely to quit because you give up, right? If you get passive treatment and you get moving, you get the person more confident in moving, you add active treatment on top. What active treatment is isolating the certain muscle to make it move better, getting that range that we just got from passive treatment, and then teaching your body to move better in that position, and then going to your lifting, your sport, your running, and making them do that movement and utilize that muscle activation and movement they just got. Then you put strength on top of that. So if you think about it, in a whole progression, strength is pretty much the answer, but you need to know the intricacies back here before you can put load on, right? But that doesn't mean you stop training.
So what made you want to start your own physio clinic? I know, you know, pretty hard, it's quite a saturated market.
Yeah. Owning my own clinic was eventually the goal. Like, it was always the goal at the end of the road. Because I wanted to hit that goal, there was obviously that fear aspect, but then I felt like I was not getting anywhere, like in my previous job. I felt like I was hitting kind of a roof, so I just quit.
So yeah, what are some of the challenges that you encountered while, you know, trying to start up this PB Physio?
Oh man, okay, so once we finally built this and we're gonna do the soft opening, the same time I fell sick and I lost my voice.
Yeah.
And the Monday we was starting, Julia was meant to start as well with me, and she got back from holidays and she had food poisoning.
Yeah.
So she couldn't come. I couldn't speak.
Yeah.
I moved the day of, like, I moved the day before, moved houses, and Boca changed jobs at the same time. And then when we moved houses as well, the place that we moved into, the movers didn't come.
It was never came.
They came in the evening. They were meant to pack everything. They didn't bring any boxes. And then it was our wedding anniversary too.
Yeah.
But it was like crazy. So, and then we went to someone's powerlifting comp at City Strength. So it was like intense. Like, we were so sick. Yeah. And I think that was like the craziest point. Like, you're just like, once you've been through that, every other issue, yes, it's a problem, but is it really a problem? Like, you can always sort it out later. Yeah. That's like one of the biggest things I learned is like your mindset and how you kind of handle issues based on how you think. So your problem isn't a problem unless you make it a problem, right? So let's say the pipe bursts, right? If you stress over it the whole time, but you can't actually sort anything out, it's not going to change, right? Yeah. Or let's say a car hits you. Like, you can either look at it as, oh, this is a big problem because a car just hit me, or you can look at it as, I got hit, but I didn't get hurt, and I still got to work. So is that really a problem? Not really. So
there's a lot of physios out there with the dream of opening their own clinic.
Yeah.
You got any advice for them to give before, you know, they take that leap into starting their own clinic?
You have to really know that you want it, because like, this is not easy, and this won't be easy for years. You have to commit like time. Like when I did this, I was like, okay, for the first 5 years of my life, it's gonna be like the first 5 years of me starting this, it's just gonna be this, like, and if you can't commit to that, and you have to be so okay with constantly getting rejected or being, or maybe
people
sometimes
no,
or people treating you like crap. But then you have to change that mindset. Like you need to really know that you want it. If you don't want it, like if there's a little doubt in your mind, you shouldn't do it.
So, you know, I see you always go out to people's comps, you know, to your clients' comps, and always helping out. You know, why do you do that? You know, like they're not paying you to do that. You're just doing that at your own whim.
I like the sport. I like powerlifting. I like seeing my athletes succeed. And I like them. So that's, I don't know. That to me is just fun.
Like I see you know in the warm-up room, just hey, just drop down, I'll give you a massage, you know.
Like I don't know, I just like I feel like I need to help them if they need help, and like it's not oh no, I'm gonna touch you because you're not paying me. Like it's a community. Like I feel like at the end of the day when I look back, I want to know that I've done something good, but I've done something good to a lot of people and not just myself.
All right, Pei, what's next for PB? You know, what's your vision for the next 5 to 10 years?
PB won't be PB Physio. PB will lose the word physio and be PB Sports and Performance.
It's good.
So that it will be more oriented towards sports. The reason why we have the word physio is to bring in people to know what we do. And then eventually that will become PB Sports and Performance. We will expand this and have physios, have a dietitian, massage therapist, probably psychologist, exercise physiologist, and so that's why it's not physio, just physio. It's everyone working together to improve the athlete's like performance to the peak it can potentially get. 5 years time, different locations, different PBs in different locations, each specializing in different sports. So like this can still be here, it'll be powerlifting, weightlifting focus. Then there'll be another one which would be like, field sport focus, gymnastic focus. They'll have different hubs and they communicate with each other and grow like the whole like Australian sport and make the health professionals for the Australians athletes better and make the sport better, get more medals.
Awesome. That's sweet. All the best of luck for that. I know you're gonna do it. You got the crazy mindset of just doing things and just getting shit done. All right, guys, get shit done. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that episode of Make Your Mark. That was episode 4 now. Really hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to subscribe, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and follow us at Bubble Strength on Instagram and Facebook. And make sure you grab a spot sensei at bubblestrength.com. I'm watching you. Peace.